Hello everyone and welcome to the Binary Bears.
Hi everyone, this is Kay.
And this is Io, and together with us we have Zen.
Hello. Thinking that one of the brokers there that's regulated, ETX Capital, they own ETX Binary, which is a safe place to trade. It's a good place. We work with them for a long time. And they said something which was very, very interesting, because right now we're in an environment where everything is possibly unfolding all at once, right? I mean, in terms of regulation, is becoming stronger. Brokers are going bust. I mean,
it's going in a positive way.
Yeah, exactly. It's going in a positive way. I mean, to some degree, some would say a lot of traders are scared because a lot of people are asking, is binaries going to be around? But at the same time, we saw some very interesting things. They said that FCA,
Yes.
is it the FCA?
Is the FCA will be regulating most likely binary options by first quarter of 2019.
That's amazing news.
Yes,
I think that's really amazing news. If the FCA starts to regulate it, I think it's very expensive to get FCA regulation. So I think that'll be good because no bucket shop is going to be able to afford millions and millions of pounds of regulation. Companies like ETX Capital are already FCA regulated, so I think it's cheaper for them to apply it to their subsidiaries. Yes. And I think that's a new beginning for binary options. Imagine an FCA-regulated broker which doesn't exist right now. That takes it to the next level.
Exactly. It's actually the next step. After cleaning up the industry, this is one more step towards the same direction so that we can have a better industry and a safer industry.
Absolutely.
Okay, we use, yes, yeah. Really.
And the second thing we noticed, which was really interesting also, is the number of exchanges, the exchange platform, which is now starting to come into play. So Nadex, which was the North American Derivatives Exchange, which is the only binary options broker that's regulated that takes Americans, they have done okay. They kind of control the US binary options market. I think we met one of their people from IG, right? Yes. IG Group, which owns Nadex. They basically, one of their American colleagues was over and he said Nadex is growing really quickly. That was a surprise to me because I heard conflicting stuff. I heard Nadex is contracting because the platform is bad. It's really unuser friendly. At least that's what we thought. But they're growing. So maybe the demand is just so much for binary options in America that it needs to go somewhere. So it's going to Nadex, which is good. Now we met Daweda. A lot of people are talking about Daweda. Yes. And yes, they're from Israel. And now, given what's happening with regulation, that's actually stigmatized. That actually creates a negative stigma, unfortunately. But equally, we were impressed. I certainly was impressed by their focus on technology, not on marketing. And of course, what do you think about their platform?
I think it's...
And why is it different?
First of all, I think it's a good step forward, the platform. Basically, for you guys that don't know what Daweda does, basically they're exchange and you're not trading against the house like you do in binary options right now. So basically, when you are taking a position, then they're trying to match the position with the opposite position from another trader. So there's no conflict of interest, and this is a very good model if you want to trade binary options. There is only one downside. They need a lot of volume for this actually to work. Yeah. So this is what they're trying to get right now. They're at this stage that they're trying to get volume, and we hope they do get that volume because that model could be one of the things that are from the future of binary options.
So it's basically Nadex,
yes,
but in Europe, yes. And is that right? So you're basically matching one trader versus another trader.
Yes.
And you're taking a small cut. But what if there's no opposite trader? What if there's no counterbalancing trade? So if I'm going long Euro US dollar, end of hour, what if Zen is not there on the other side of the trade to take short?
In theory, right now, what will happen with Daweda is that you are betting against the house. Right. But with Daweda, I think they're not going to give you that option for you to take that trade because that would be could be a hit in their balance sheet or anything like that. But this is not their working model.
Okay, so they need a lot of users to make this happen.
Exactly.
But they need a lot of users.
Exactly, right? That's the case. I think that's also why Nadex wasn't able to do this because also because of the platform being user unfriendly. Then it's not easy for them to get that volume that they need. For me.
And they always, Nadex said that we brought in market makers, but they're not really market makers. They were just well-capitalized companies that said, okay, if there is no balancing volume, we will put in the money.
Exactly.
So it's not really...
Exactly. And this is what Daweda said that they're doing. Basically that they have some liquidity from professional traders that do this in the back end and offer large volumes. So this is something that, so they're coming in, those professional traders are coming in again as traders, but they trade larger volumes. So this is how smaller retail traders can actually have their bets matched.
The Israelis have tried this before. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bloomberg's, right?
Yes.
Bloomberg's options were 2-3 years ago.
3 years ago, yes.
Yeah, but it never took off. So they failed at it, or at least we don't see them anywhere in the yeah. But we met another company, Bulgarian, Tradeologic. Was it Bulgarian,
Yes,
I believe,
yes.
right? Who actually came up to us and said, well, what do you think about the Daweda platform? And they themselves run a platform like Daweda called Binarex, which I've never heard of. So I'm not entirely sure if these things have actually worked. You know, is Daweda wasting its time, or is there something really big here? Because Nadex has done a good job. But I think Nadex has done a good job because they control the U.S. market. It's so difficult to get regulation.
And there's no other player in the U.S. market.
I think Nadex would have a very tough time if you had more competition in the U.S. Because right now it's just uncompetitive in the U.S. market for binary options.
For the way that to go back into that whole exchange model, I believe that now with what's happening in binary options and the regulations and Israeli brokers having a difficult time, that could be another step in the forward. Another step forward.
In a positive way.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Agree.
So this could be something for the future, and I think Daweda could get more volume because other brokers are shutting down. Let's say like Bank the Binary is facing issues.
Yes.
So all those brokers traders are going to need a home.
Are those traders though of the same mindset? I could be wrong, but for example, the Bank to Binary trader typically lets the account manager trade and blow their account, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm just thinking that if they come to Daweda, Daweda can't have its account managers trading on behalf of the client. That's a big no-no.
No.
And that's good for the industry. But then you have people that need to come there and trade by themselves, right?
Or have robots or something trading for them.
Or have robots. And then, I always wonder, I mean, with robots, it's such a tricky game because is it an auto trader? I mean, if it's an auto trader, it won't work. Nadex doesn't allow auto trading because it's a problem with balancing the volumes, right?
Yes, exactly.
If there's one signal and 10,000 people are subscribed to that signal, and it wins, the broker goes bust, right? So there's something, I mean, as I said, just based on what I've seen, I think the Daweda team is ambitious and I think they're doing the right thing.
Yes.
I hope it works. I don't see it working.
I
hate to be...
so you don't see them getting the volume? Because if they have the volume of traders, then in theory it could work.
Yeah, because that's how the real markets work. If you look at stocks and bonds in real life, you have that volume. You need volume. And you need the volume. You have the big banks that guarantee the volume, and banks actually are the market makers if there's not a counterbalancing trade. But in binary options, the banks are never going to enter because binary options is not an asset that banks can securitize, that they can take on their books and do something with it, right? It's not a real asset. No. It's a bet. You know what I mean? It's a contract. There's no underlying. So I think it's an ambitious effort. I just think that even if they get 10,000, 20,000 users, I don't see those users staying because those users will on margin not be able to find trades. Unless Daweda has a big market maker who, for the time being can help. So I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I also hope that you are wrong and that Daweda, and not Daweda by per se, but other brokers that follow that model, that there's no conflict of interest, actually move ahead and actually do this because it's going to bring clarity and health in the whole industry.
No, absolutely. I totally agree. So what else? Do we talk about that guy who was dancing at the end of the conference?
Dancing.
That
was crazy. It was good.
We just want to say,
drunk or crazy, I don't know.
In case our viewers haven't had the chance to go to an affiliate conference, it's a place where you meet a lot of different people. So you meet from brokers and very professional brokers to brokers that the moment you speak to them understand that they're a scam, and you also meet people that at the end of the conference at 6 o'clock dance to put a ring on it and actually enjoy doing that. So there's too many things that's happening in an affiliate conference. If you ever have the chance, go there. It is an experience. You can discuss and see more things about the industry.
Why did I want to slap him really badly? I really wanted to slap him. Like I don't know why. I was like, "Why are you dancing? How many people have you fucked over?" You have gamblers, you have degenerates, you have everything there. you have awesome companies too, right? You
Yes.
have really, really good companies that are good for the industry or the sector.
Trust.
But the guy dancing just really pissed me off. I don't know why.
Yes.
Like, there's nothing to dance about. Just shut up and go home, right?
Something like that, yes.
Something like that, yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a good experience and you should try it, go there and see how it looks.
Okay.
Okay, I think, do you have any more news from LAC?
Not for now. I think it's good, interesting
Yes.
developments. And also, one more point is that we are teaming up with more YouTubers around the world who want to expand the Binary Bears initiative and go into reviews of services and other scam artists. That's not something we will focus on here. We talk more about the industry and how you can navigate binary options and FX soon safely. But the other side is something we're really interested in because people want to expand the Bears initiative and bring transparency to the sector on the product side as well, right? There's so many scam products out there, so we want to start reviewing those as well. If you're interested in becoming a bear, get in touch with us, info@binarybears.com.
In fact, the Binary Bears.
Sorry, I don't even know our own address. info@thebinarybears.com. And
don't forget to subscribe and like our link below.
yep, and comment and tell us what you think about all of this.
I agree.
Right?
Great.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you very much for your time.
Bye-bye.
Have a good
Take
one.
care.
Bye.
Bye bye.